I don't know about you, but I absolutely hate trying to figure out what to eat or cook every single day. I often would rather just not eat or grab something quick or just reheat something or find a fast food restaurant. So I decided to make this video to keep myself kind of accountable so that I would have to make a meal plan and share it with you. I'm also making my famous lemon ricotta cookie recipe, so stick around. Now, I need 7 ketogenic dinners that also give us a little bit of variety. Next, I'll grab my notebook of favorite recipes and a notebook and pen so I can make my list. Let's get started. So I think this week we're gonna smoke some ribs and eat a side salad. So let's write that down. All right, so Sunday, I like to think of an idea that usually results in a lot of leftovers, kind of a meal prep type situation where it's a good hearty meal, but it also goes well with several others. So let's see what we got. Keto Alfredo, that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna choose to make my Alfredo sauce and make probably a chicken and Alfredo with some broccoli or cauliflower. The Alfredo sauce reheats really well and can go with salmon, can go with pork, can go with shrimp, can go on top of a chicken crust pizza, and so I think it'd be the best option. I can make a double batch and it'll go a long ways. Monday, I'm just gonna kind of keep it simple. We've had a busy weekend. I know that I typically don't want to do much, so I'm gonna just do a burger in the air fryer. Tuesday, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the Korean ground beef bowl. It's kind of like bulgogi. If you've ever had it, it's a Korean barbecue that is fantastic. It makes really good leftovers and it reheats really well. So I think I'll do that. Wednesday, we're gonna heat up some tenderloin that we smoked over Labor Day weekend and have that with mashed cauliflower. Thursday, I really have been enjoying making homemade steak bites with a cauliflower rice pilaf, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Friday, I want to kind of do a date night in, so kind of dinner and a movie. So I'm thinking about doing the chicken crust pizza I mentioned earlier with the Alfredo sauce with some bacon and mozzarella. It's so good. So there we have it. We have the entire meal plan mapped out, which is fantastic. One less thing to do on my list. I will then probably go grocery shopping tomorrow sometime. Now, please keep in mind that just because these meals are listed on certain days doesn't mean that we have to eat them on those days. If we decide that we want Korean beef bowl on Thursday versus Tuesday, we can do that. If we decide that what we have planned for tomorrow doesn't sound that great, we can change it up. And that's the beauty of this type of list. It's not set in stone. So now, to my famous lemon ricotta cookies. I want to make them because tomorrow with our date night, I think it would be a special little treat. I received this lemon ricotta recipe from a former nursing professor who adapted it from a lemon scone recipe that is keto to a cookie recipe to make it a little bit more versatile, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and so she was so wonderful to share the recipe with me. I will include this recipe with adaptions in the description down below. So first, let's turn on our oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit and let it come to temperature. Anytime I bake or cook with almond flour, I first sift the flour because it makes it less grainy, it breaks up any clumps, and just overall makes a better finished product. All right, let's get started. So like I said, my oven is at 325 degrees Fahrenheit preheating. First, I need 2.5 cups of almond flour. Sifting goes very fast. It's very easy, but it makes such a better product. When I get to the end, if there's a lot of little mini clumps and things, I just take my finger and press them down so that they'll go through the sieve. Next, we need 1/3 cup of sweetener of choice. One tablespoon baking powder. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, the zest of 1 lemon, and then I set that lemon to the side because we will be using it for the icing. 3 large eggs, 3/4 cup of whole milk ricotta. I try to leave the whey or any liquid in there, just in the container because we don't need it. And then you stir that together. I'm gonna go ahead and add my lemon extract, 1/2 teaspoon. Get the extract, not the flavoring, because the flavoring usually contains hidden sugars, doesn't do as well. This gives you the best lemon flavor. And just mix until it's thoroughly combined. It's gonna be a very wet, sticky kind of dough. So it should look like that. So I've got my parchment lined pan. And then I just take my cookie scoop and start dolloping them out. Make sure you press against the side so that it moves the cookie dough all the way into the scoop. Like I said before, these don't spread very much, so you can put them a little closer together than you would standard cookies. And then after I get all of the cookies scooped out, I just take the back of my cookie scoop and press down lightly on the cookie so they're not too thick. Right, now I'm gonna stick these in the oven for 20 minutes at 325 degrees Fahrenheit, but I do closely watch them because when they just start to turn a little bit brown on the top is when you pull them out. All right, so while those are baking, we are going to go ahead and make our icing. So you'll need your powdered sugar and lemon juice and just a little bit of water. So I take the lemon that we zested earlier, flip it upside down, and press down. Now I need 2.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then 1/2 cup of sweetener. And then I just add a splash of water. About 1/2 tablespoon is what that equals. And then we just stir it up and set it to the side. And this is what they'll look like when they're done. See how they're just a little bit brown on top, but not completely brown. We don't want to overcook them. And then I just set them on a cutting board and let them cool. All right, so now that these have cooled, we're gonna go ahead and ice them and let them set. So instead of drizzling, I just take the cookie and dip it down in the icing and flip it back over. And then I like to go back over them with a second coat just because I like a little bit thicker of an icing. And there you have it, my famous lemon ricotta cookies. All I do is let these set, and then I'll put them in an airtight container and back into the refrigerator. If you liked today's video, you may like this one where I started the keto journey and kind of shared my why and some of the reason that we are choosing the meals that we are. Or you may like this one where I talk about canceling our Factor meal service. Until next time, bye.